Howdy, folks. It's Ed. Hope you all have been doing well. It's been quite a while since we've seen anything new posted on pseudoscience, and I didn't want to wait any longer before putting something new for you to check out on there. And honestly, I wanted to just kind of let you know what I've been up to these past few weeks or so. And what that is eBooks. I've found this neat software. It's called Calibre or Calibre, I guess. Depends how you read it. But yeah, it's this fantastic ebook management software. A great comparison would be, you know how VLC can play just about any video format you throw at it? Well, that's kind of how Calibre is with ebook formats, PDFs, ebooks, Mobi, a whole bunch of formats. I've tried about like 4 or 5, and they all work just fine. Um, so what does it do? Well, first of all, you load your books in. Uh, you add books, which you just kind of point it to where you have your books stored, and then it just loads it in here. It'll automatically search for metadata tags and things like that, author information. It's kind of hit or miss depending on what it is you're downloading, or uploading to the software. I mean, but it does a really good job. So, like for example, if I put in the Linux Mint guide, just tell me, damn it, and it actually knew who the author of that was. So, I guess it just kind of depends on what you give it, but pretty much every single story I've given it, it automatically found that stuff, which is great. So once you get that loaded in, you just double click a title and it should open it up. There we go. And it brings up this simulated ebook reader, which is great. Whoops, I guess I double clicked it too many times. Okay, but yeah, it gives you like this page right, page left thing, which slides the page, which is cool. It gives you bookmarks, all sorts of nifty things. So yeah, full page. And you can also change the font size, so if you want to fit more of the story on a page, you can do that, or if you can't see it so well and you want to make the font bigger, you can do that too. So a lot of the functionality you get out of an ebook reader. And I also mentioned that it can read PDFs too, and what that looks like is it just brings up a PDF viewer. It's not quite as feature rich as the ebook reader, but I mean, you've all messed with PDFs before, I'm sure. Know what to expect. You get a next button, you can move this up or down. You got bookmarks and stuff too, it's just not quite as pretty, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty handy. I've also found that another thing that you can use this tool for is, let's say you have an ebook reader like a Kindle or something, and you have a PDF that for whatever reason just doesn't fit on there. You want to make it more e-reader friendly. You can actually convert this using this software. So come up here to convert books, and whatever you have selected, that's what will pop up, and you can adjust tags and publisher and all that stuff. And then up here is your output, and you can see it gives you a lot of different formats to mess with, and you can actually download plugins that increase that as well. So yeah, that's fantastic. There's also a get book option, which lets you search a whole bunch of different areas like Barnes and Noble and Amazon and stuff like that. My experience with that has been kind of hit and miss. So right now, I would actually just recommend opening a browser and doing your book shopping online that way. But maybe your experience would be different. So I mean, feel free to check that out. Um, there's also a fetch news button, which is pretty cool. You can track down a whole bunch of different news programs, including not necessarily world events. For example, I follow Lifehacker, Linux Journal, and Linux Magazine here, and it just downloads it into a PDF, well, excuse me, an ebook format, and you can browse through that. So it's pretty cool. And then over here, you can actually toggle the views using these buttons, and I like having that window there. But the tags here are a really neat way to adjust or to sort your library. So for example, I have adventures here, adventure fiction, and that's all of my Alan Quatermain stuff. Or I can go to fantasy, and you got Alan Quatermain, sure, but you have Alice's Adventures in Wonderland as well. So that's pretty handy. Got magazines, for example, GIMP magazine. So yeah, connect and share. Another neat feature that this this software has is you can actually run this this software as a server too. So anything connected to your network can check out the same books that's on this computer, which is great. Last but not least, I think we should look at those plugins. If you go to get new plugins, check this out. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. Pardon. For example, you have, let's say you're a fan of fan fiction. I know my brother Jack is. So this UI here, or plugin, lets you download fan fiction a lot easier, which is great. Let's say you have a Kobo e-reader. You can download that. It makes the experience a little smoother. Let's see. There was something else that... check this out. Let's say you mainly shop from Barnes & Noble, and the way they do their metadata and covers is to your liking, or especially the covers. You want the ebook cover to look like the books at Barnes & Noble. This is a plugin for you. And there's also cookbook, plugins, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, definitely feel free to check that out as well. I'm going to be experimenting with that later. By the way, in preparing for this video, I did a little research into where to find ebooks. In fact, this site here, I saw like this link on Facebook, and this is kind of what got me started really looking into ebooks. It's 20 plus free ebooks for learning Linux, which, you know, this is pseudoscience after all, so I highly recommend checking this out. I'm going to go ahead and post this link in the description to this video, and also on the Facebook page. So yeah, if you're looking to expand your Linux capabilities, this is a good place to start. And the really neat part is the books that they provide here cover a wide range. You have basics and fundamentals, and then you have advanced as well. So yeah, highly recommend it. And then you have Project Gutenberg. One second. Project Gutenberg is a really neat site that my brother Robert turned me on to. He has a Nook. He's been into the ebook scene for a while. But as I understand it, once copyright expires, books kind of just fall into the public domain. And so Project Gutenberg stores and catalogs these things and makes them available to the public. So let's click one of these. So let's say you did a search and you found Bruges, whatever. Once you find a book that interests you, you can pull it up, and it gives you a variety of different formats to check it out. You can even download it straight to your Dropbox or Google Drive or own cloud. So yeah, that's fantastic. That's how I got Alice in Wonderland, actually, and it's really cool. You'd be surprised how many books are actually old enough to be out of their copyright. So especially if you're a fan of older literature, definitely check this website out. That's Gutenberg.org. And then last but not least, I also found this website. This is epubBooks. It does want you to register to be able to download anything, but once you do, it has a whole bunch of books available to you that are a little newer than what you'd find on Gutenberg. They do cover a lot of the older stuff like Aesop's Fables and stuff, but you can also find the Chronicles of Narnia on there and stuff like that. I actually downloaded my Alan Quatermain stuff from here. Got all of the Alan Quatermain's stories from here for free, which is fantastic. They epubBooks relies solely on donations, as far as I understand, and so yeah, if you get an ebook reader, an ebook from here, and you like it, I highly recommend donating to these guys because this is a neat service. So yeah, the books you get from here obviously would be in the EPUB format, which that's the open source version of ebooks that you can get, but they also claim to be Kindle friendly, so that's pretty neat. So yeah, feel free to comment on the video if you have a different ebook manager that is Linux friendly that you'd like to talk about or that you prefer to use. I'd love to hear about that. And that's about it. So you guys take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.